What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you a list of a few players I believe should have been traded at the NBA trade deadline. Let's get right into it. So the NBA trade deadline was pretty good. Even the week or two leading before it, pretty solid. Rui got traded, a couple other guys here and there. Overall, it was a pretty good, fun moment. I watched everything live. Uh, I was watching Shams, watching Woj, watching a couple of the channels that did live reaction or live reports of the trades happening. So pretty fun, pretty entertaining. But I'm gonna give you a list of the guys I believe should have been traded. I did a reaction, a winners and losers video recapping yesterday's trade deadline. So you can watch that if you would like. But here today to bring you these guys here. So let's get into it. First off, there's no order, so just going off the list, one through whatever, but it's no most, no least. Just going right through the order, one through whatever. So let's get into it. First off, Fred VanVleet. I thought he was a goner, guaranteed. I did not think he would be back with the Raptors. But like to be honest, I like what the Raptors did. They put their players on the trade block for the last couple months. Fred, Gary Trent, OG, and even Pascal, and they found out what their players' value actually were from other teams. They wanted 3 first-round picks for OG. They might can get that during the summertime. Fred, whatever people were offering for him, and Gary Trent also. So that's a smart move. Also, with the Nets not being contenders anymore, the East got a little less bogged down. You still have the Sixers and the Celtics at the very top, but the Raptors can make a run. They finally got their center that they needed, so it makes the most sense. But I definitely thought Fred could have been traded to 2 spots, the Clippers and to the Pelicans. I did a prediction video myself on Fred going to the Clippers. I thought that made the most sense. A backup option, an alternative option, like I said, that the Pelicans made sense too. And the Clippers made moves at the combo guard spot. They got Eric Gordon, and the Pelicans got switched out Devontae Graham to the Spurs for Josh Richardson. I thought they could have did better by getting Fred VanVleet, but it is what it is. He stays for a few more months, but I think he will be going during the summertime. That's my prediction on Fred VanVleet. Next off, number 2 on this list, Peyton Pritchard. He was one of my guys. I did a video leading up to the trade deadline. I think 2 or 3 days prior. I did a video saying 5 guys I believe that were locks to be traded. All those 5 guys, only 2 ended up being traded. Peyton Pritchard was very close. The report came out there. The Raptors' new center, Jakob Poeltl, the Celtics tried to get him first. They offered the exact offer I had for Mason Plumlee going to the Celtics for Peyton Pritchard, Danilo Gallinari, and a second-round pick. They offered that for Jakob Poeltl. The Spurs said no and ended up trading him to the Raptors. And after that, who did the Celtics trade for Mike Muscala? I think Justin Jackson, the small forward, and they traded him to the Thunder for Mike Muscala. So Peyton Pritchard stays. I thought Peyton Pritchard was definitely goner. I think he needs a new home, obviously, and he's going to free agency this summer. So I thought he could have got a head start somewhere, try to find a new home the rest of this season, and then maybe stick on with that team in the future. But didn't happen. But I do like him a lot still. I still think he has a future in this league. Just got to find the right spot for him. So that's Peyton Pritchard, number 2. Number 3, Terry Rozier. I was shocked. As I said, same with Fred VanVleet. Pelicans, Clippers. If one missed out, I thought they would have followed up trying to get Rozier. I'm very surprised Rozier and Gordon Hayward and Oubre all stayed. They got rid of Mason Plumlee and also Jaden McDaniels. But I'm surprised Terry Rozier stayed around. So yeah, that was very surprising to me. And as I said, I thought the Clippers and the Pelicans would have gone a little more stronger at the combo guard spots. Now they've seen the moves that the Lakers made and the Phoenix Suns made. So a little surprised there. I thought they could have went a little harder, but it is what it is. But I definitely thought Rozier would go to either the Pelicans because he was an upgrade over Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham's familiar with the Hornets. He played there with Rozier and Ball's rookie year. So I'm like, I think Ball's first 2 years actually. Graham was there until he got traded, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever. But yeah, he's familiar with the Hornet system. It made sense to me. Rozier is an upgrade from Graham. So, I thought the Pelicans could have used him. And same, I like Rozier better than Eric Gordon. Bones Highland, he's young. He definitely can score, but Rozier is a whole lot better shooter. So I thought that could have been a move there also, but didn't end up happening. But I definitely wanted to see Rozier get a move to a more win situation. Even the Mavericks, heck, even the Mavericks could have been a decent spot. So that's number three. Number four, speaking of the Mavericks, a good segue. Tim Hardaway Jr., one of my other guys that were on my 5 players I had a guarantee to be moved at a trade deadline. As I said, that video, I went 2 for 5. The 2 I got right was Malik Beasley and who was the other one I got right? Malik Beasley and Josh Richardson. Yeah, Josh Richardson was 2 of my 5. Pritchard and Tim Hardaway was the other 2. It was one more. I forgot who it was. But Tim Hardaway Jr. And I've been saying this since the trade happened for Kyrie Irving. They should have kept Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't understand why they moved him. That makes no sense to me. I really don't. He's their defensive stopper. Why would you keep Hardaway Jr.? Send him to the Nets. Keep Finney-Smith, and you'll been just fine. Now, I thought they would have tried to flip Tim Hardaway Jr. for a decent, defensive stopper, 3-and-D style player. They didn't end up doing that, so they have him still. Like I said, that to me was a big mistake by the Dallas Mavericks. Finney-Smith to me should have been untouchable unless you're upgrading a small forward spot. To me personally, but that's just me, and they tried to trade Christian Wood. It didn't happen, but I thought Tim Hardaway Jr. should have been involved in that Brooklyn Nets trade and kept Finney-Smith. But even still, even they didn't, I thought Hardaway Jr. at a trade deadline could have been moved maybe for a Rozier style player, Terry Rozier, Pat Bev, maybe whatever, to the Lakers. I thought it could have been a decent move there, but he ended up staying around. And he's having a decent season. Kind of not what I expected from him. I thought he'd be a little bit better, but he's still solid. But I would love to see him be moved to a different situation. And number 5, my last guy. I kind of wasn't surprised he wasn't moved, but I still thought it would have happened. Naz Reid. Naz Reid for the backup center for the Timberwolves. I thought he was going to the Clippers. I thought that could have been a very good spot for him there. Maybe the Celtics, maybe a few more teams, the Magic, maybe whatever. But I had a few more teams in line for Naz Reid. But I do understand Naz Reid was playing very well right before the trade deadline. That's what gave me kind of cause to pause about D'Angelo Russell. I had a prediction video on him prior to the Kyrie trade going to the Mavericks, but I saw the whole month of January, Naz Reid and D'Angelo Russell played well. The Timberwolves had a nice little record going on. I'm like, okay, they might stay. And D'Lo ended up getting traded, and Naz Reid stayed. I was kind of surprised, but not really because Cat, the Cat and Gobert fit isn't great. Gobert with the Wolves isn't great, so Nas might get more playing time than what I normally expected prior to January, because January he went off, especially his last couple games prior to the trade deadline, he went off. He had a pretty good game, so it's a pretty good moment. So yeah, Nas Reed standing around. Didn't quite surprise me, but I was definitely expecting him to possibly be moved, and they were to keep D'Lo, but ended up D'Lo being traded, and Nas Reed stayed. So those are my 5 guys. If you have any more of your personal list, let me know down below. But that's it for video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.